Aloha kakahiaka, everybody. Good rising. There's a reason for the sunshiny sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around us. Happy spring. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing through the moonlit nights with your lover. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean, it's the season. Yeah, let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean, that's the reason. And ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the amazing doctors, Reverend Patrick and Rita. Let your love shine.
Woo. Jeremy and
Hi,
Amy.
everyone. So good to see you. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Kauai. I'm Reverend Dr. Rita, Reverend Dr. Patrick. That's Amy and Jeremy Brown back there. And we are happy to be here. So why don't we just take a deep breath together? And bring an intention to mind for this time together. An intention for perhaps our personal life, an intention for the world, and just center right here and right now. I go within and I acknowledge that the power and the presence of spirit, of life, of source energy, of love, of God is right where I am and right where each and every one of us is, breathing us and living us right here and right now and thinking through us. We are at one with the Spirit. We are at one with each other. And we bring that highest place within ourselves, that highest thought we can have today to this service together, to this celebration, and we just let it shine. We let ourselves just shine. And I'm knowing that this time is good and more good and more good. And I bless it, I give thanks for it, and I let it be so. And so it is. Jeremy and Amy.
There's a reason for the warm, sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season. Love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you under its love and embrace. You'll feel the thunder as it warms your face. You can't hold back. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean, it's the season. Yeah, let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean, that's the reason. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean, it's the season. Springtime is here. Just let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean, that's the reason. All right.
Are you letting your love shine?
Yes, of course they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
I might need some sunglasses. You guys are shining so bright out there.
So let's just take a moment to acknowledge our vision statement for Center for Spiritual Living Kauai's Institute of Magnificence. And what is it? Let's say
Awakening
humanity to its magnificence by walking the bridge from duality to unity consciousness. And just take a moment to reflect on your own life and feel where you're on that bridge. Where are you on that bridge? And are you walking toward unity? Are you at unity? Just take a moment to reflect on that and breathe into it. And welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Kauai. So we have a month of March. What have we been doing?
We have been taking a look at evolution, revolution. Yeah, can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but it means one thing here, unity. And we have a affirmation that to say together. I will say it once, and then we will say it together 300 times. I embrace my spiritual evolution.
I embrace my spiritual evolution.
One more time.
I embrace my spiritual evolution.
And I was kidding. We're going to do it one at a time, but put your hand on your heart and let your inner child hear this message.
I embrace my spiritual evolution. Yeah, just relax into that idea that we're always evolving. We are always evolving in consciousness, whether it feels like it or not at times. And every time we have a challenge or something comes up, it's even a deeper call to evolve, to think from a higher place. That's what we practice in the science of mind and spirit, is that importance of our thoughts and our beliefs and how they influence our lives, and how that God is not anywhere else besides right here in each and every one of us, in this big bubble of creativity, this big bubble of infinite intelligence, this big bubble of creativity. That's what God is creative. That's what it is. And it's creating through each and every one of us the lives that we are living. So, yeah. Thank you for coming to CSL Kauai.
Give yourselves a hand, yeah. Yeah, we all have a choice, don't we? When you woke up this morning, you had a choice of where you were going to go. And we're very, very, very happy you chose here. I do know I'm getting a psychic hit right now that there is somebody new that has never been here before. Wait, hold on. Oh my gosh, yeah. So that means I was right on, right? Okay, well, it gets even better than that. I have a whole bunch of stuff that people have told us about you, but there's only one I'm going to share, though. Okay, you ready? What's your name? Kim. Are you ready? Kim, what's your name? Ellen. Kim and Ellen. Kim, Ellen. There we go. Are you ready? Let us tell them who they are, and you are magnificent.
Yeah, you are
She's
magnificent.
like, yes, I know I am. So now comes the dance number, you two. I'm kidding. So we know that about you. We know that about you because why?
We know it about ourselves.
We know it about ourselves. So the moment we woke up and we said, oh my God, I'm magnificent, then you two walked in and I went, oh my God, magnificence. And that's how we knew. So let us put our hands on our heart if we choose and say, I am magnificent. I am magnificent. And nobody wants to go to a party by themselves, do they? No. What is it? We are magnificent. Another psychic hit is coming through. There's a camera, and with lots of people in it watching. I know Mary McDermott is watching because we got a message. So let's tell all of them who they are, shall we? The camera's in the back. You are magnificent. All right, look to your left, to your right, do something. Let somebody know how magnificent they are. You're magnificent. You are. Jesse's magnificent. Desiree,
she's magnificent. Cliff is magnificent.
Sue and Diane are magnificent, yes. Oh, there's Danny over there.
Magnificence. Hi, magnificence. Wow.
Is this our time?
Yeah. Well, we're going to ask, all right. Come back to us up here. And we're going to invite Jeremy and Amy to come up. We have something special that we're going to do today, and Patrick is going to start by telling what it is.
Well, first of all, who knows who Ernest Holmes, Dr. Ernest Holmes is? If you don't, it's okay if you don't. He is the founder of Science of Mind and Spirit, religious science. It's been called many names, but at the end of the day, it's only one name, and that's where we are right here and right now. So he wrote in 1941, during that real relaxing period in our history, 1941, during the World War II, this is what's incredible about this man, is that he wrote these incredible pieces to audiences of thousands during 1920s, during 1941, during the most, what we call the most reckless time in our history, and people were coming in because they wanted to hear something new. They wanted to hear something new, not old thought, new thought. So they came and they gathered. He wrote this thing, this incredible piece about a prayer for our country. And I thought, well, wouldn't that be a nice thing to do during, this is our in the spotlight moment that we share with one another. And I'm going to read it for you, and then our wonderful Dr. Rita here will take us into a meditation for our country. And this is actually for our world as well. So here we go. Ernest Holmes, tell us what you felt in 1941. Believing in the divine destiny of the United States of America and in the preservation of liberty, security, and self-expression for all, I offered this prayer for our country. I know that divine intelligence governs the destiny of the United States of America, directing the thought and the activity of all who guide its affairs. I know that success, prosperity, and happiness are the gifts of freedom and the divine heritage of everyone in this country, that they are now operating in the affairs of every individual in this country. I know that divine guidance enlightens the collective mind of the people of our country, causing it to know that economic security may come to all without the loss of either personal freedom or individual self-expression. I know that no one can believe or be led to believe that personal freedom must be surrendered in order to assure economic security to all. The all-knowing mind contains the answer to every problem which confronts this country. I know that every leader in this country is now able to and directs this all-knowing mind and has the knowledge of complete solution to every problem. Each is impelled to act upon the knowledge to the end that abundance, security, and peace shall come to all. Security and peace shall come to all. And I know that this spiritual democracy shall endure, guaranteeing to everyone in this country personal liberty, happiness, and self-expression. Thank you, Dr. Holmes. Thank you.
So, as Jeremy and Amy start to play softly in the background, I'm going to take you into a little meditation based on all of that, all right? So close your eyes if you feel comfortable, and just slow your breathing down. And with each inhale, feel yourself filling with divine light. And with each exhale, release any tension, any worry. Just let it go. We are here now. Imagine yourself standing on sacred ground. And this ground represents the spirit of this nation. Strong, resilient, free. And with your next inhale, breathe in the essence of unity, feeling it expanding in your heart. and radiating outward. Affirm silently or out loud. I know that divine intelligence governs the destiny of this nation. I know that divine intelligence governs the destiny of this nation. Love, peace, harmony are the foundations of this country. Love, peace, and harmony are the foundations of our country. And take another deep breath. And as you let it out, envision golden light sweeping across the land, from sea to shining sea. See it touching every home, every city, every person, every heart. This light carries peace, it carries wisdom, it carries healing. Success, prosperity, happiness are the divine heritage of all. Liberty and justice flow freely, lifting every soul into wholeness. Continue to breathe in and out, focusing on your heart, focusing on gratitude for the beauty of this land, gratitude for opportunities that are before us, gratitude for the sacred right to grow, to create, and to evolve. Breathe in peace. Feel it anchoring deep into your being. Breathe in hope and release it into the collective consciousness. Breathe in unity and radiate it outward. With your heart full, your spirit centered, whisper this final affirmation. I trust in the divine unfolding of good for all people. I trust in the divine unfolding of good for all people. And so it is.
And so it is. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. questions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world we'll live is one. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Oh, mahalo. Thank you. Yes. Imagine a peaceful world. That's what we're doing at CSL Kauai. Unity consciousness, peace for everyone. Mahalo.
Beautiful. Your voice sounds beautiful.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That song's been around a while, hasn't it? We'll keep singing it till we keep singing it. It made me think when I was sitting there, not only how beautiful these two wonderful spiritual beings are, but also what a gift imagination is. I think it sometimes gets underplayed to some degree. We don't realize, or at least I forget sometimes, that it's really the driving force of creativity. Nothing has ever been, including who I'm looking at right now, without that creative imagination that has brought us all here. Yeah. I was thinking this week on the 19th, two things I'm kind of into. One is anniversaries and also birthdays, because I feel like the birthdays are like New Year's Eve. You know, New Year's, it's your year, it's your birthday. And then the other one is anniversaries. And this week, I was remembered on the 19th, 12 years ago, Patrick took off in that plane by himself to go start planting seeds for this thing called CSL Kauai. And I remember it. And I said, wow, a lot of imagining has been going on since that moment of getting off that plane. And I always say, I would love to say I got off that plane like Rocky Balboa. I'm going to take it down, but I always say, I kept thinking just before we landed, can't you just go around a couple more times? Because we had no idea, or at least I didn't have any idea that what I was landing into. Did my research, but I just landed and said, we have this idea. And Rita stayed home and worked with my mom and got her settled in and got her job and did a lot of the packing up of the house. And we always say, we say those are beautiful times. And then I fractured my shoulder up in Princeville. We call it the fall of Princeville. I was by myself running out there, and I fell and fractured my wonderful shoulder. And I remember the day I committed to this island was the day that my mom was like, I think you better come home now, of course. And Rita said, well, do you want to come home a little earlier? Because I was going to come home in June something. And I said, no, I am home. And that was the first moment that I stopped being so afraid of this endeavor and went full 100% in. It's interesting, our message today is what we resist. Oh, you've been there. Oh, yes. Oh, you have been there. And I just love that. What you resist, which makes so much sense, unless you're in it and it's not making any sense. Because you don't want to really look at what you resist, persists. And what's great about this is when I looked it up and it says, what we resist persists points to the paradox that resisting something often keeps it alive in our consciousness, whereas embracing or accepting it can lead to transformation and peace. Doesn't that make sense? Yeah, because the more and more I resist it and I say, oh my God, it lives so fully. That's why Joe Dispenza and many of the great mystics ask us to review our past, not go back and live in it. Because what happens is every time I tell the story, what happens? Our brain tells us, doesn't know the difference between reality and just make-believe or whatever we're doing. And I'm a firm believer that we make a lot of things up. We make a lot of stuff up when we're resisting and we're scared. We start making up a whole bunch of stuff in our mind, and it becomes so real, and you can feel it in your body. You can feel it, right? Until I go, what happens if I made up something else in my favor? Because usually when we're making stuff up, it's usually catastrophizing or a little bit. Not anybody in this room, but other people out there, you should see what they're doing. You should see what they're doing. And I love Rumi. There was 2 quotes with him, and one was a little harsh. Rita had used it in her morning meditation. And I went, oh, that's a little harsh, but I'll get another one. I looked him up, and it had this. You were born with wings. You were not meant for crawling, so don't. And I had to add to it, because Rumi and I are like this. I had to add to it, you have wings. Learn to use them and fly. Learn to use them and fly. So what are we focusing on? Now, just take a moment for your own life. This isn't a participation with hands and all of that, but what are we really focusing on in our life? And I was thinking for myself, about that things always need to be reinvented. Sometimes, like this center, for instance, is always being reinvented. It's in the middle of one now, of our ohana, feeling secure there, feeling safe there, but something's also urging it to be more, to spread those wings. Yeah, why would we be crawling? I used to say it with religion. There used to be the banquet table of life, and there were those waiting to see when we were all done eating so they could have whatever was left over. And I just know that we live in an incredible banquet of divine substance, and it's delicious. It's delicious if we let it be. So I have a process that I use. I call it, reframing. My inner child work I do reframing, reclaiming, and renaming. That lovely story, reframe. And people get it confused sometimes, so I'm going to unconfuse you. Reframing doesn't mean go back and make it all what it wasn't. It means go back and look at it with a new perspective. What do they say? The things we hear are just opinions. The things we see are just perspectives, depending upon who's seeing them and who's hearing them. And I think to myself how much the reframing has helped me, because I have gone back, especially with inner child work, and really looked at the situation again and went, oh, that was awful, but what did I gain from it? What could I take with me? And then I reclaim it. Reclaim it as something new. Reclaim it the way I want to choose to see it and feel it and live my life forward with it. And I give it a new title. I used to have the title, The Victimhood Time. And I wore it like a badge. Yep, should have been around my childhood. But then you can't really do that because then everybody comes in and goes, really? You should hear what my childhood is. It's kind of like if if something happens, you break your leg or something, and you go, my leg really hurts, and they go, you think that hurts? How about my shoulder? I got both of them going, or this, or my feet, and we start like what do? We compare or see who has the better story. And my big thing in life right now is to write a story of my life that serves not only me, but serves everyone else. Our job here on a Sunday, as far as I'm concerned, is to inspire. Inspire. You got plenty of people telling you the other stuff. You got a whole world out there, baby. Have at it. We got people out there telling you what you're not going to be, what you could be, and it gets fire. That's why does resistance end up creating it? Because we put fire behind it. Do you know how much power is when you're starting to, I've complained with zest. And I've done it recently. And guess what? It doesn't feel good, and I'm not lying to myself. And when I get scared, what do? You know me. I go like this. I say, listen, you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little boy, man, spiritual being. We got this. And then when I don't got this, there's other people that do, and I go to them and let them assist me. So we cannot leave this month without, this is Women's History Month. So I was guided to the most incredible, powerful woman in the world besides Rita. In my history, we all know Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yes. And since I am so transparent, I'm going to put a disclaimer out. Ruth made errors in her life. Did you know that Ruth made mistakes in her life? To my shock. And I won't go to the depth, but I put it on Facebook, a little quote from her. And of course I got feedback. Do you remember when she blah, 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 blah? And I went, oh my God. So I wrote back, and I hardly ever do, and I said this, I'll agree with that particular mistake that could have been made, but I'll tell you something. She sure made a lot of ones that weren't a mistake. And I said, that's what we need to focus on. It was just like a light went off. What are we focusing on? We're focusing on the things that she did wonderful, especially in women's rights. And I had so much fun, and I wanted to share something with you. She was in the middle of an interview, and someone said, she said to the interviewer, I hear that you're a belligerent optimist. I hear you're a belligerent, and she said, me too. A belligerent optimist. And they said, well, what does that mean? Can you help us out? Tell the world, what is it? It means that there's a lot of stuff going on out there that you'd want to get pretty belligerent about it. But she said, take it from me. I've been around a long time. And I watched it where women didn't have the right for anything. And I watched when I was a lawyer, when they wouldn't hire me, they said, oh, you'll be a clerk. Or they said, this isn't really a very good idea. You're taking a job away from a man. Ooh, see? Belligerent optimists. And so the optimistic part comes when you can look at all of the stuff that she's looking at through history. And she can still be optimistic enough to say, I don't know how the hell we're going to get through this one, but we will, because we have proof throughout the history that it did work out. And she was talking about, I love this story about, well, one of her quotes is, real change, enduring change happens one step at a time. And that's how she's able to stay optimistic, because she's not looking at the whole overwhelming picture of what was going on at that time. But she had this thing, it was called a dropped curtain. Has anybody ever heard of it? Dropped curtain was she went to the symphony, and she said, there are no women in the symphony. And the critic, she was talking to the critic, and he said, well, that's because you can tell the difference when a woman plays a piano and a man plays a piano. And she said, interesting. So what she did was the critic, she was talking about the critic came, and they said, well, let's test it out, shall we? We're going to drop the curtain, and we're going to bring in musicians, kind of like our voice today. And you're going to sit out there, and we're going to blindfold you too, just in case they cheated. And they go down, and the woman started playing behind them, men started, and they went back. He was so confused because he couldn't tell the difference of which one was a man. So it proved his lovely theory was not so good. So then they started having these, what they call blind auditions. That is so that you don't look at the appearances. You're only looking for what you're hearing. And just think, let's take that into everything. I was thinking to myself, how interesting it would be to be constantly in a blind audition when you're trying to, and then I even went deeper. I went, oh, someone who doesn't have their sight. They can really see who you are. They can really see you because they feel you. And that incredible feeling of behind the curtain, someone is giving of themselves, and you don't know if they're black, white, gay, whatever labels you want. You don't know any of that. You don't know the color of the hair. You don't know the person that looks like your ex that you can't possibly hire because they look like your ex. We had a practitioner went into training, and we went to do our tests, and he's really good, and they didn't pass him. Then as we found out through the secret covenants, we found out that he looked a lot like her ex-husband. And sometimes you cannot get past that. Somebody walks in, right? And you go, I don't know what it is about them. Your ex. It's always the ex. If you have, I don't even care if you have one. Just blame them. Blame them. And so she had that, and and the belligerent optimist she really loved. She said that it was interesting for her. She could be optimistic because she has watched what shouldn't have been become a reality for her. And I'm asking all of us now, inviting all of us to look at it differently, look at our lives differently, look at people differently. I know it's not always, and if you feel like you can't really subjectively do it, let's carry a curtain around with us. We'll say, tell me how you're really feeling. What a great idea though, right? Right? So, this is what she said about her head always. She said she could never stop thinking about, the next brief that she had to do or the next cause that she was working with. And she said this, music is the one time when my head isn't filled with briefs and opinions. All that is put on a shelf, and I just enjoy. And so how I look at this is that There's a lot going on. And not just in the world, in your own personal lives, right? We don't wake up in the morning, well, some did until I took a news fast, and boy, I lost so many pounds from stopping. Oh, that news fast is just great. And so I started really focusing on, where am I? Where am I? What is mine to do? What is mine to be? And to take these gifts that I've been given and use them. It can be really overwhelming. Yesterday, we had one of those overwhelming moments when I started structuring, like, let's look at the next 3 years and develop a plan. And usually that's really exciting until we started like going, yeah, and then this, and then this. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, and then what about that program, this program, this program? And then all of a sudden I told Rita, I said, I'm not in joy anymore. Now I'm stressed. And I thought, how do I change that? Pick one thing. One thing. And when you're a person who births ideas like crazy, Rita and I spent our whole 25 years birthing ideas. And we have a big family. To take it and say, what brings me joy? I'm really asking and inviting us now in our lives to go, does that give me joy? And guess what? You'll know immediately. Because we're programmed to go, oh, that feels really good. I'm on it. And then that feels stressful, and then the shoulders get all tight, and then you're walking around and go, it's not yours to do. So we started last week with the caterpillar, so here it is. Just when the caterpillar thought its life was over, what did it do? It became a butterfly. And then you were born with wings. Use them, take flight, and soar. Namaste.
Thank you, Reverend Doctors Patrick and Rita, for the beautiful inspiration as always. And the talk title being What You Resist Will Persist. We happened to find that lyric in the beloved Mary Isis song called Path of Transformation. One of our favorite Mary Isis songs. And share that with you here.
Grudge, gonna breathe real deep, burn a little sage smudge, letting go of my story from the path. Got my lessons and blessings to guide me on a higher path, giving thanks for the new day, for the chance to live my life in a positive way. We are all here to heal, here to teach each other. Listen real close to the Divine Mother. Hear her call to transform, transform, transmute the anger and the pain, 'cause living your life like this is a crying shame. Don't you dare try to run away. What you resist will persist in you anyway. So reveal it, feel it, heal it. There's no time to pretend or conceal it. Ask for the truth and you shall receive it. Your prayers possess powers, you better believe it. Your prayers possess power. I surrender and I thank you. I'm staying humble on this path of transformation. I feel the power and I thank you. I surrender and I thank you. I'm staying humble on this path of transformation. Feel the power and I thank you. Whoa, 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 whoa. letting go from the stories of the past. Got my lessons and blessings, got me on a higher path. Giving thanks for the new day, for a chance to live my life in a positive way. We are all here to heal, here to teach each other. Listen real close to the Divine Mother. Hear her call to transform, transform, transmute the anger and the pain. 'Cause living your life like this is a crying shame. Don't you dare try to run away. What you resist will persist in you anyway. So reveal it, feel it, heal it. There's no time to pretend or conceal it. Ask for the truth and you shall receive it. Your prayers possess powers, you better believe it. Your prayers possess power. I surrender and I thank you. I'm staying humble on this path of transformation. I feel the power and I thank you. I surrender and I thank you. I'm staying humble on this path of transformation. I feel the power and I thank you. Whoa, whoa, I let go. I let go. Let go, let go, let go. I let go. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Or is Amy sounding like so fantastic? I mean, it's like she just lived the song. She just let go. She's been letting it rip all morning. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Jeremy, for supporting her too. It's always beautiful to see a couple supporting each other in their glory and beauty, and you just did that for her today, and that was really wonderful to watch. Thank you.
Mahalo.
It's inspiring to me. So I'm actually going to speak.
That's right.
But you can stay up there. I don't care. I won't be speaking long. No, I will. Oh, I feel like so much has been said already. And this is an important topic to me, what you resist persists. I've been dealing a lot with thinking about memories lately and how we can hang on to our memories. And how we can, well, what I came up with is that it's like sometimes we think that same memory over, or we try to resist that memory. Something happened to us that, wasn't exactly pleasant, or, sometimes atrocious, thank you. And we just keep playing it in our minds, wanting it to have been different, resisting it. And then what I came up with was like, your memories can either rule you or you can rule them. Now listen to that, because there's something to be said. Your memories can rule you or you can rule them. I have spent time letting my memories rule me, affect how I think about the present moment, because it's based on some memory that I had that didn't turn out that way, or maybe it could, or maybe it wouldn't, and then I bring it into the present. So my memory's ruling me, right? It's ruling me. It's making me react to this present situation from that place. And that's not what we teach in the Science of Mind. We teach that everything is new in every moment, and that what we resist persists, because we hold it in place, right? And what we focus on grows. I mean, we know this as a scientific fact. It's called the observer effect, and it's been proven in quantum science that when you look at something, it actually changes it. If everything's waves and particles, this is like maybe hard to believe, but when you look away, it's just waves. And when you look at it, it becomes what you see. And that's why we all have different experiences, and we all see things differently. And we could all be having the same exact experience, and one of us could see it totally differently. And we could, think about it, there's been times in our history when things were really, really, really bad, and people prospered during those times. And then there were others that jumped off buildings, right? It's all the way we look at it. And I think it's really important right now. I wanted to go back to the prayer for our country because we didn't mention that this was a spiritual mind treatment. And we're taught that we can look at a discordant fact in the face and we can change it. That's a quote from Ernest Holmes. That we can look. So it doesn't mean that we don't look at what's happening. We look at it. We're conscious of it. We know that it's there. But then we have to turn away from it. If we don't turn away from it and know something different, then it's never going to change. So if we turn away from it and fortify ourselves to think about it differently, to think about how he said this prayer. This stuff wasn't happening at the time. He was projecting that is happening in the present moment. And then what happens is it unfolds. So spiritual mind treatment is present. It's present, and even though you're not seeing it right now that's happening, you know that by continuing to visualize it, continuing to be persistent about it, to continually not persistent to resist, but to persistent in the truth of what you want your life to be, what you want for this country, what you want for whatever, that you're persistent and seeing it, and that what has to happen is because it's vibrational, it has to change. But I think what can happen sometimes is we're not persistent enough in the truth. We're continuing to resist what's happening instead of going back and saying, what is it that I want for my life right now? What do we want for this center right now? How do I see it unfolding? How do I see more people in these seats? And what are they coming for? What do I stand for? Those kinds of things. And actually looking at them and feeling them and then treating for them from that place. So in your life, if there's something that you feel like you want to change because it's just not the way you want it to be, and you can't control another person, so forget that. That's the part of it that's not possible. But you can see the other person in a different way. You can see the beauty in that person, or the magnificence in that person, or the health in that person. And by you doing that, you're influencing the subjective, the one mind, the quantum field, whatever you want to call it. So we came here equipped. I hear angels. They're speaking to me right now. We came here equipped for healing. That's what we came here for. We're equipped. We're totally, completely equipped. Have you ever watched your finger heal when you get a cut? You're equipped. It's but what does it happen from? It happens from the inside out. And that's where the only place it can really, truly happen is from the inside out. So as we're looking, as Ernest Holmes wrote this prayer for our country, and as we focused on that today, we made a change. On the quantum level, on the subjective level, there was a change that took place. And it is taking place. And now what we have to do with our lives, with this country, with everything, is to keep it up. Keep up the love. Keep up the compassion on the small scale of our own lives and our own, because we're just a microcosm of the macrocosm. So keep it up in our own lives in every moment. As Patrick was saying, don't do anything if it's not making you happy or joyful. If you're forcing yourself to do something, then you need to like re-examine why you're forcing yourself to do it. You need to re-examine what could bring more joy to you in that situation, whatever it is. I'm not saying you should let go of all your responsibilities or anything. I'm just saying that we spend a lot of our time not being in joy and just forcing life. And life is meant to be lived in joy. It really is. We're amazing, incredible, powerful, loving beings that have everything within us to change our lives. And forget about everybody else's life, our life. We have the ability to change everything in our life that we want to change. We are not trapped. We are not tied down. We are not any of that. We are free. We're like the butterfly that you talked about. Anything that we've been going through, personally or collectively, is only to make us stronger, is only to go deeper, is only to evolve at a higher level of consciousness. That's what it's about. I am so this is so important. It's so important to me in my own life, and I'm just talking to myself right now and hoping and knowing that maybe you're getting something from it, but I know for myself that if I'm not in joy, lots of stuff happens to me. I gain weight, I get testy, I don't communicate well, I want to hide in my house, whatever. But when I go into my joy, my creativity, I don't know about you, but what I find is getting creative is the best way to get out of a funk. But you know why it is? Because we're creative. And when we stifle it, like when we're projecting our energy out in ways that are stuck, then we're taking all that energy that we could be using for creativity and we're forcing it over here to some things that we want to change in the outside world that we can't possibly change. And we're forcing it and we've stopped our creativity, we've stopped our energy, and our energy is free. We don't even have to pay for it. It's totally free, and we get to decide how we want to use it. Nobody can take that away from us. It's our energy. It's our vibration. And it's so important right now to keep ourselves in a joyful place, in a creative place, in a loving place, in a compassionate place, in a place where we can be a beacon of light in the world. And that's the only purpose of this center, is to help people to get to that place when they're not in that place, and for us all to help each other to stay in that place when it's hard to. That's our whole purpose here. That's the whole purpose of the science of mind and spirit, is to live the best life possible, because you have tools. We have tools that we can use. We have them, and they work. So I haven't even looked at one of my notes, and I don't think there's anything else I want to say besides that if you have a situation and you feel stuck in it, I'm not saying don't feel the feelings of that situation. Feel them. Let them rip. Feel them. Get angry. Stamp your feet. Jump up and down. Do all of that. But then, what happens? You honor them. And if there's a way to resolve them, you resolve it. If you could talk to somebody or talk yourself into a different state, then resolve it. But if you can't resolve that particular situation, then it's time to move on. And bless it. Bless it. I have one that I'm working on now, and I have to it's from a long time ago, so don't worry, it's not about anybody in here. I have to bless that and realize that I got to let it go. I'm not going to change that situation. I'm only going to change the way I look at it. And then once I've let it go, I'm free. Free to be here and now in this present moment. What a beautiful gift we've been given, to have this beautiful present moment. So, what can I say? Stop resisting, because you know where that's going to get you. Stop focusing where you don't want to focus, and go and say, this is what I want for my life. I want to be happy. I want to be joyful. And I'm going to work on that. And that's the only thing I'm going to work on. And I'm going to help other people get there at the same time. Namaste. Okay. All right.
I don't wanna hold no grudge, gonna breathe real deep, burn a little sage smudge, letting go of my story from the past. Lessons and blessings guide me on a higher path, giving thanks for the new day, for the chance to live my life in a positive way. We are all here to heal, here to heat each other. Listen real close to the divine mother. Hear her call to transform, transform, transmute the anger and the pain. 'Cause living your life like this is a crying shame. Don't you dare try to run away. What you resist will persist in you anyway. So feel it, heal it. There's no time to pretend or conceal it. Ask for the truth and you shall receive it. Your prayers possess powers, you better believe it. Your prayers possess power. I surrender and I thank you. I'm staying humble on this path of transformation. I feel the power and I thank you. I surrender and I thank you. I'm staying humble on this path of transformation. I feel the power and I thank you. Whoa, 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 Path of Transformation by Mary Isis. Check out her music. It's about
And one more time for the Reverends, Dr. and Patrick. Rita.
So it must be that time of
Giving,
affirmative giving.
practicing the law of circulation. It's so important to not hold everything tight in your hand, to just release it. And in our philosophy, we believe in giving where you're spiritually nourished. So if you've been spiritually nourished today, and for those online too, and also those who give every month automatically, we really appreciate that. Thank you. And it's a great place to put your funds, because we do great things here, and we want to continue to be able to do that. And in the world of form, it takes cash. Yeah. But you know what? See, I just dropped it because I'm just giving it away. It's for us, not me and Patrick, but us. It's for you. When you give, it makes it a lot easier to open up, because you know there's more coming in. That's what I've learned anyway. So thank you for what you give today. Thank you to everybody online. Yay.
Blessed am I, Spirit am I. I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, Spirit am I. I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Everybody. Blessed am I, Spirit am I. I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, Spirit am I. I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am.
All right, I want those baskets back up here so I can bless them.
Here's Anna. Say hello to Anna.
Hey, Anna. Thank you, Anna. All right.
What's
So,
that?
Quanta, I saw her running to the Buddhist temples. She's given us up. All right, so let's just take a moment to say thank you, and bless this beautiful basket of abundance, and know that it goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless, and multiplies everything, including us, all right? Aloha. Thank you. Mahalo.
Yes.
Thank you, Anna.
So before we go into thank yous, and today we have a special little snack thing going on with our Kiana. Kiana, come up here for a second. Have you met
my
Rita's
sister.
twin sister? Get out the camera, baby.
Twinning and winning.
Let's give her some love.
So the question is, who is the real Reverend Rita Andriello?
All right, hurry up, take a picture.
I can't. Oh, there it is. Oh my. Oh, that's hysterical. Sisters.
It was her idea. She bought me this dress a while back, and then she goes, wear that dress today. I'll wear it too.
Okay, so we have a couple of things coming up, but before I forget it, I want to say something about some of the programs that we have here. Reverend Diane and Sue, they do the food bank, do a lot of things, and they do the beach cleanup. But I'm going to have a request from you. Yesterday, Saturday, was the beach cleanup, and oh my God, no one came. And so here's the deal. This isn't about, oh, bad, but if you don't want the program, trust me, we can let it go. And that's what Diane would like to know, Reverend Diane would like to know. If we're interested in still doing the beach cleanup, then we have to know that we can. If we can't, then that's okay. You guys all do other stuff and clean up, but please just take a moment to go to Reverend Diane or Sue and just kind of let them know where we're standing with it. Because sometimes people can't come out on a Saturday, and I get it. It's once a month. But this is our new thing. When somebody doesn't come to your party, that means that maybe they don't want to come to your party. And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing personal about it.
There's nothing personal. We had a beautiful labyrinth, and we enjoy walking it, Rita and I. But it's not, so we're going to take it in a different direction. We're going to start bringing groups in to walk the labyrinth and doing that. So whatever it is, we have to get beyond, but what we don't want to do anymore is come to events and have Rita and I sitting there by ourselves. It's not a real fifth dimension feel, and we're really trying our best to do that. But this center is ours, and so all you have to do is just go, I'm not interested. I'm never going to come on a Tuesday, and so that's just because I'm going to be over at Panola's dancing or whatever you guys do. So anyway, tell them about this Tuesday. And I really want you to know this was not about guilting out people.
This Tuesday,
just want to be honest and transparent.
What I know right now is Reverend Diane and myself and Patrick and Peggy, Jerry, and I'm not sure who else, and Roseanne will be there, and we will be having a healing circle. I can't think of a better time in our history where we need a lot of healing happening. So, and I know that when we all come together in meditation and prayer and listening to beautiful music, like we were talking about before, we're playing beautiful music and meditating to it, that shift happens. And that's what the Come Contemplate is about. It's about shifting our lives and the collective. So come and join us at 6 o'clock on Tuesday. Should you care to, it lasts about an hour, more than an hour.
And just on that note of healing, I'm going to just be really, because I love humor, you know that. Healing circles are about healing. And that's what we do here. We heal. And I know that maybe not everyone understands the modality that we use as spiritual mind treatment. Maybe it sounds like an Our Father prayer that we have. But this is the truth of it is. When we come together and we do these healing circles, we're not doing this. We're not going, I hope it works. No, we're coming together in a field and saying, we're not guessing. It is going to work. We're going to be receptive, open up, and I know that there's something in all of our lives that we're constantly saying, let's heal it, but we can't heal it till we feel it. Yeah.
So I'm just going to give an example of something that happened last month. We were in bad shape last month financially. We were at the point that we didn't know if we were going to be able to pay our rent. And we started treating, we put the word out to our practitioners. We started working at it. And the month of March was probably we didn't even have a fundraiser.
And it ain't over.
And we did have Dawson's fundraiser, which was a great help. So that was the first thing that happened. He said, do you want me to do a fundraiser? So when you treat, when you start seeing what you want, it comes in. And we doubled our income from the month before in March, and it's not even over.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
It works, guys. Healing circles and healing in prayer, they definitely work. But we're the only ones that can work it.
Thank you for your continuous food. The food drive is going really well, this continuous thing.
And
lift them up.
Our Namaste Choir is meeting on Thursday at 6 o'clock. All people who are there and have been working on this music are the ones that will sing next Sunday. Oh, I'm sorry, 7. You're right. I didn't change that.
Kyle's coming.
Yeah, because Kyle's coming. Thank you, Loya. 7. It's the only week we're meeting at 7. So that's happening.
Loya gets a star by her name.
Yeah, that was for our Namaste members. Okay, Yoga Flow with Jeanette is on Tuesday at 9.
Very busy week. Friday.
Yeah, and then, and what else? Oh, Spiritual Cinema. We have a beautiful film. Who's seen Cabrini? Oh, good.
It's really good.
This is
it's
a
in
film
honor of women's.
about a woman, Mother Cabrini, who changed the whole face of immigration at that time and the way people were being treated, little children. And she opened hospitals and orphanages starting in New York and then all over. And she was sick.
Really sick.
She was very sick, but she did it anyway. It's a beautiful film, and we're showing it in honor of Women's History Month because it shows this really powerful
And we're
being.
starting it at 5.
Yeah, and we're starting at 5. Yeah.
5.
It's a wonderful film.
And
All
then
right.
that's it. And then we have also next Sunday. Sunday is the Dances with Universal Peace. Yeah.
So I want to say one more word about this. I have 5 participants. I'm going on. I would have gone on with 2 participants because it's that important to me. But there's 4 more spots, and that's it. I'm going to tell you that this program will change your life. It'll either, if you're down and out or whatever, it'll transform you. If you just want to enhance your life, it'll do this. This is what Dr. James wrote at the beginning of the book. What if I knew I was successful and that's all I knew? What if I knew I was rich and that's all I knew? What if I knew I was insanely talented and that's all I knew? What if I knew my body was vibrant with perfect health and that's all I knew? What if I knew I deserved to be happy and that's all I knew? That is what you are here to know. That is what this program's about. It's going to dig into every belief you have. Every week is a different directive. And you will dig in. You will be accountable to me and to the people in the group. There's only going to be 9 of us, well, 10 counting me. And we will meet Tuesday and Friday mornings from 8:30 to 9:30, and we will dig in. We will get dirty with this stuff.
Ooh, wow.
And I've taken this program probably 16 times, and
that's not because she's a slow learner.
No,
that's because what she's about is that she says more.
Anyway, so join me if you care. There's only 4 spots left. That's it, and I'm not taking anybody else.
There we go. And then last but not least, on May 2nd, I'm not going to say it's because of my birthday, but Gary Lynn Floyd concert here. So there'll be more about that, and we have our Aloha. Our community starting now to help one another and
talk to Anna Myers or to Sue Buckley.
So these are people, if you're interested in that, talk to this Mental Muscle, talk to Rita, talk to who, and also there was somebody, and Marion, talk to Marion because she gave us a directive at the beginning of the month to develop our mission.
To live our mission.
To live
so she's going to want to know if you've been living your mission.
So that's the top of every month she's going to share one of the agreements, the revolutionary agreements. So anyway, see her. There'll be food. You guys can chat. I think that's it. I want to do some thank yous, and then we will get going, as it were. So let's take a moment to thank Peggy, Jerry, who did our meditation, and Desiree and Anna Myers, who did that. Sue Wood is missing in action because she's back counting the blessings. And yes, she is. And with Peggy, Jerry. Ron Stover's in there. Rita's twin sister, Kiana, created an absolute wonderful, and Leslie, David back there. We have Angela, who is everywhere. Just look over here, look over there. And then we have our wonderful tech team. Oh, there's Charles, Jonathan, Orion. Yeah, they switched seats on me just to like get me all confused.
Jonathan was here.
He is here.
Okay.
And then I think that is it. And then behind me, who's that? That's Jeremy and Amy. And so we have that. So let's just take a moment right now to celebrate. Eyes closed or wide open, it doesn't matter, to celebrate this coming together in community, this incredible ohana that is just founded, and the foundation is love. So we know that we have a new focus, a new thought to go forward in our week. We are so grateful for our wonderful newcomers today. And we are so blessed to have them and get to know them afterwards, please. And we just know there's something wonderful is always happening if we choose for it to be so. So I know that whatever is going on in all of our lives, individually and collectively, we just need to feel it and heal it and have the greatest joy party imaginable. So let that just be so, as together we release it as law and know the truth, and it is done because it is so, and so it is. Jeremy, Amy. Uh-oh. That means get on your feet. Uh-oh.
Straighten up,
Uh-oh.
firm it up,
That's right.
on the ground,
That's right, Steve. Let those hips
hear
go
the
there.
sound. Straighten up, firm it up,
Push through it, baby. Push through
on
it.
the ground, hear the sound.
Uh-oh.
Cause if you play,
If you play,
I'll play with you. And if you dance, yeah, you know I'll rock with you. Cause every day,
every day, the
sunrise, thanks and praise, yours and mine.
Straighten up, firm it up, from the mountain to the sea, in the place where the fruit is just dripping from the trees, giving thanks from the sunrise to the sunset. Living it so good we ain't seen nothing yet. One love, one heart, one song. Stand up, strong, firm, wise up, be strong, get along. Straighten up, firm it up on the ground, can hear the sound. If you play, then I will play. If you dance, we'll rock this town.
All right, let's see them dance moves. Come on, you guys. Jump around a little bit. Feel good. Hug somebody. Straighten up.
Firm it up
On the ground.
I think it's
Hear
time
the
to howl,
sound.
Margaret. I think it's time to
Cause if
howl.
you play,
if you
Ready?
play,
I'm gonna play with you. Yeah. And if you dance, yes, you know I rock with you. Cause every day,
every day, the sunrise,
we giving thanks and praise. Yours and mine.
Straighten up, firm it up, from the mountain to the sea, in the place where the fruit is just dripping from the trees,
from the
giving thanks from the
trees.
sunrise to the sunset.
To the sunset.
Living it so good we ain't seen nothing yet.
Ain't seen nothing yet, no, we ain't seen nothing yet. It's the changing of the guard, so straighten up and come correct. We searching on knowledge and wisdom, wrapped in kindness and respect. This jam is for the people brave enough to take a step. Sit up on the dance floor, shaking big herbs to hear love, positive vibrations, rhythms ringing through the atmosphere. Hawaiians know the island, bless us with the fruits we hold so dear. So we chant aloha to the people, whether far or near. It's one love and one heart and one song. Stand up and trot firm and wise up and be strong. Straighten up, firm it up on the ground, can hear the sound. If you play, then I will play. If you dance, we'll rock this town. Said this is the spot where things they get hot. 3 o'clock a roadblock is in effect, just don't stop. Mash it up a dreadlocks and place it up Kanaka. CSL Kauai, love the reggae non-stop. Mahalo, have a beautiful day, everybody. Straighten up, firm it up, on the ground, hear the sound. Hey.